Ladies and gentlemen, it is time once again for a Microsoft patent to pop up. People then report on it, and I have to come along and dump water on the fire. Yes, indeed. Perhaps you are seeing this article being passed around. I've already been sent versions of this article multiple times. We're going to talk about it. Microsoft patent application suggests a true foldable phone is coming with a thin form factor and more. This is Phone Arena, but as I've said, it's been sort of regurgitated on several different websites. And if we scroll down, there are some images from said patent, which does appear to show exactly that. A true foldable in the sense that it is a folding screen, not a dual screen folding device like our beloved Surface Duo was. And of course, they have a link to the patent right down here for you to check out. And as we scroll through this, it shows some interesting things like this plate back on the back of the spine of the device. We actually get a full diagram of some sort of a hinge mechanism that would join the two halves of the device. This looks reminiscent of many foldable devices that we have seen. So I can understand why people would look at this and would potentially get very excited. Here is more of that hinge mechanism showing where the screen would be in that sort of water drop configuration. My goodness, is Microsoft continuing to quietly behind the scenes work on a folding OLED device. Furthermore, if we go to the top of this, you will see that this was published February 29th of 2024. And I must admit that this morning, as I looked at this in my bed still, it was like 6 o'clock in the morning when I saw these news articles going around. Can I get rid of this and make this bigger? I can. I was on this webpage and I did the find on page thing where I'm looking for the filed on date because that's what's important. Publication comes well after when these patents were filed, and for whatever reason my web browser was not turning up anything, so I actually was like, man, maybe these are slightly more recent. That would be interesting. I actually asked around if anybody knew anything about this going on, and that's when it was discovered, or I guess pointed out to me, that yes indeed the filed on date is on there. My find on page was not working and my eyes weren't either. Filed December 14th of 2022. This patent is quite old. And so you have to ask yourself, this patent from 2022, does this suggest a true foldable phone is coming? No, it absolutely does not. This indicates that Microsoft in 2022 was indeed working on a foldable device of this sort of design. And we know that to be true. We've talked about this a whole bunch of times. We've gone in depth about this. We know this was being worked on. In fact, they were working with, or sort of experimenting with, the 360 folding devices as well. An OLED screen that can fold a full 360. But of course, we also know that this has been, you could say, somewhere between scrapped and maybe put on ice indefinitely, permanently delayed, shelved, however you want to put it. Will they come back around to a project like this at some point in the future? It is possible. Is it likely to happen anytime soon? No, it is absolutely not. Take a look at what the Surface team is doing. They are iterating on current designs. They are not creating new style devices, and that is very much intentional. They are trying to maximize money made right now. This is why Duo was shelved, scrapped, put on ice, however you want to put it. This was not a money-making project. And of course, Panos Panay leaves Microsoft, goes to Amazon. He was sort of seen as the champion of Surface Duo. He is no longer there. So again, does this indicate anything happening? No, it absolutely does not. And that's why it is so very important when you see these articles, don't take them at face value. Read them a little bit. Read the source material, and you are likely to find things that somehow, some way, the people reporting on this missed. I do not see this date, 2022, mentioned anywhere in this article. I control F'd and I did not see it. Granted, find on page failed me on my mobile device, so perhaps it's failing on my desktop as well, although that does seem a bit more unlikely, and I haven't seen 2022 referenced in any of the regurgitated versions of this article either. Somehow that detail is being missed, and boy oh boy is it really, really important. Kind of changes the whole narrative around what we're talking about here, doesn't it? So guys, once again, I hate to be the one that throws water on these fires and comes along and says, actually, you probably shouldn't be excited about this, but here I am once again. I feel like I do this exact same video maybe every 4 months when another patent surfaces, pun very much intended, and people somehow missed the filed on date was a couple of years ago. Guys, thanks for watching. Subscribe for more content just like this, and until next time, stay nerdy, my friends.